Okay, I'll make this quick so you can see everything, but I made it a lot faster, so it might take a couple seconds, not seconds, but a bit. So I have the score system implemented similar to how you showed us in class. I have the base score, it's just a blank execute. It's the same, it's the, not the class pattern, the design pattern that you recommended for the score manager. So after that I have derived class, mainly the score manager, which is here, and I've got most of these values now correct, and I've added more things to the enum, including the c-body for specifically the centipede, and I have almost all those points correct except for the spider distance. So inside the score manager I just have a similar enum where I just have score values being put in, and I'll show you some scores later. Score by distance is still similar as its value. The only big difference between mine and yours is some tiny syntax things and the fact that I am no longer using the queue or the add score. I'm just sending the score directly to the blaster at the time. That way I can deal with multiple scores at the same time from different blasters. You know, for the AI and player 1 different items. So that's the basic score. Now inside the player, I did create the player manager, which is here. It is a singleton, and it just creates new blasters and keeps a reference to it, so I can always reference the blaster through this singleton, and that allows me to not have to constantly, you know, mess around with the pointer, as you said. The player is just a very basic simple singleton. It doesn't do much except have a reference to the blaster and get created at the beginning of the thing. The blaster is very similar, except it now has a score for the score, and then that just increases based on the add score from, which is referenced inside of the score manager. Or where is it? Yeah, so I can just add score to the get player and then add a specific score for where that item is. Now inside the wave manager, I have currently set up two separate waves, which is just in a switch statement, and I can add more as I need to, and I just changed a lot of the values so I can make sure everything's working. It is also a singleton. It's got a lot of individual values because I like them to be referenced outside of the thing instead of having everything inside the wave manager. It's just managing what the wave is and all those values, and then inside my spawners, it uses the values from the wave manager. The bug spawner is similar to Hives. It's what I've been using to test. So as a test, I just have the spawning on key inputs 1 and 2 for different waves. Not all the things are in finalized position because I'm using them usually a bit low down. Oh, I accidentally just pressed the flee key, so I'll get rid of that. But inside the waves, I can press 1 and it just spawns a spider because the spider's on, and a new scorpion and no heads because that's what the values are. The rotation for the scorpion's not perfect yet. That head's still flipped 180 degrees. I've been trying to fix that. But the spiders also spawns, and I guess as you can see here, the score increases by 10 when I hit the body. When I kill a mushroom, it continues to increase to 11. That is inside the player. I do not have the collision with the player done because I want it to just test for now and I don't want to constantly die. The player, the score inside the blaster, which just continues to increase. I'm returning that. So I can have a different spawn if I spawn with 2, and it spawns a much longer centipede. Unfortunately, because I have the key input press, it might spawn a lot of things at once. So that's actually a lot of scorpions, but you can see it's twice as long because the length of the centipede and the values is different. And there are also more solo heads. You can't see them though right now because I messed it up, and they're still spawning in the same position as the main centipede head. I didn't think about that, but overall I have a basic score manager as well as a player manager and a wave manager, and that's what I've done for this sprint. Thank you very much.